Hello guys, am I audible? Guys, can you hear me? Okay, chalo then. So guys, I was getting a lot of requests to make a session on reading comprehension with assumptions as directive. So guys, in this video, I will discuss some of the strategies and tips which can help you solve reading comprehension where it has been asked assumptions. Okay, so first of all, we have to understand what is an assumption. Okay, assumption is kind of an unwritten, okay, it's an unwritten belief of the author which you think as true. Okay, so guys, there is a difference between assumption and inference. Okay, there is a difference between assumption and inference, because inference is what you deduct after reading the passage. Okay, inference is what you as a reader deduce from the passage. That is called inference. But assumption is what? Assumption is an unwritten fact. It is an unwritten fact which the author is assuming, to make his premise and conclusion. So this is the only difference between assumption and inference. So one thing you have to be very clear in your mind, that assumption will not be written in the passage. It will not be written in the passage. Okay, and assumption has to be in line with the conclusion. It has to be in line with the conclusion. It cannot go against the conclusion. Okay, so with this, let us try to see some of the questions. Let us see this passage, guys. So let us read the passage. Fig tree are considered sacred in India, East Asia, Africa, and are common in agriculture and urban landscape where other large trees are absent. In natural forest, fig trees provide food for wildlife where other resources are scarce and support a high density and diversity of frugivores, fruit-eating animals. If frugivores, bird, and bats continue to visit fig tree located in the site with high human disturbance, sacred fig tree may promote frugivorous abundance. Under favorable microclimate, plenty of seedlings of other trees species would grow around the fig tree. Okay, guys. Now let us see this question. On the basis of the passage, which of the following assumptions have been made? So, guys, how many of you, okay, can answer this question? How many of you can answer this question? Okay, what is the answer to this question? See, let us take one by one each. Okay, in assumption question, we have to take every statement one by one. Okay, let us take the first statement, statement 4. Fig tree have a role in seed dispersal of other trees. So if you read the last line, under favorable microclimate, plenty of seedlings of other trees species would grow around the fig tree. This clearly assumes that fig tree has a role. Okay, this clearly assumes that fig tree has a role. So we eliminate this, we are left with 2 and 4 and 1, 3 and 4. Now we have to just only read statement 2. Fig tree can grow where other large woody species cannot grow. Is the passage saying that fig tree can only grow where the other woody trees cannot grow? Okay, is it saying that? No, it is not saying that. It is just saying that fig tree can grow in those areas also where other trees are absent. It can grow in those areas also where other trees are absent. It is saying that. So the answer is 1, 3 and 4. The answer is 1, 3 and 4. You can just cross check 1 and 3 also. Sacred trees can have a role in biodiversity conservation? Yes, sacred trees have a role in biodiversity conservation. Why? Because we can see here the fig trees, they attract the frugivores, and the frugivores help in dispersal of seeds, just preventing the like promoting the biodiversity conservation. Okay, and statement 1 is also true. Why? Because you can see here the first statement is only telling that they provide food for the wildlife where other resources are scarce. So therefore they become a keystone species. So answer is 1, 3, 4. So one thing which I have observed, let me just tell you, one thing which I have observed is generally be careful about negative statements. Generally be careful about negative statements. I observed that UPSC while framing statements is using this lot of times. I will show you some other questions also. Okay, generally be very careful about negative statements. Now let us see another question and I'm going to prove you this. Okay, let us see this passage, guys. A social and physical environment riddled with poverty, inequity, unhygienic and insanitary conditions generate the risk of infectious disease. Obviously, hygiene has different levels: personal, domestic, community hygiene. There is no doubt that personal cleanliness brings down the rate of infectious disease. Okay, but the entry of market in this domain has created a false sense of security that gets conditioned and reinforced by the onslaught of advertisements. What is that false sense they are creating? False sense they are creating is what? That personal hygiene can help you prevent infectious disease. Just personal hygiene. No, just personal hygiene cannot help you prevent the infectious disease. You need domestic hygiene, you need community hygiene also. Experience in Western European countries show that along with personal hygiene, we need general improvement of environment conditions and components like clean water, sanitation, food security to bring down infant, child death and infection rates considerably. The obsession with hand hygiene also brings in persisting influence of market on personal health, overriding marginalizing the negative impact of ecology and emergence of resistant germs. So what is the passage about? Passage is about that how market is overemphasizing personal hygiene and ignoring the general hygiene or community hygiene. It is ignoring general hygiene. Okay, that is the essence of the passage. Now let us read each and every statement and get the answer, guys. Let us read here. Okay, let us try to read the first statement. People who are obsessed with personal hygiene tend to ignore community hygiene. Second, emergence of multi-drug resistant germs can be prevented by personal cleanliness. This is obviously not. You see this statement talks about, so this is not, so 2 is not there, 2 is not there. We are left with only 3 and 4 and 4 and 5. Now let us read 3 and 5 because 4 is there common, so no need to read 4, just read 3 and 5. The entry of market in domain of hygiene increases the risk of infectious diseases. Second, it is the community hygiene implemented through public health measures that is really effective in battling against infectious diseases. Guys, you see here statement 3, okay, they are just exaggerating that. Okay, here in passage they are talking about entry of market is masking. Entry of market is masking. It is not increasing, it is masking the threat. Okay, so statement 3 is not correct. Statement 5 is correct. Is this clear, guys? Are you getting it? Here you see they are writing what? That entry of market in this domain has created a false sense of security. So market is not increasing it. Market is just creating false sense of security. Is this clear, guys? Is this clear? Okay, so what you have to do, you have to, if suppose you have to check statement 3, go to this statement and you see, is the passage saying that it is going to increase? No, it is just saying that it is going to mask it. It is going to create a false sense of perception. It is only going to create the false sense of perception. But overall, the assumption is what? If you really want to control infectious diseases, then you have to basically go for community hygiene. That is the overall assumption of the passage, that personal hygiene is not sufficient. If you really want to control infectious diseases, you have to go for community hygiene. So what I want to say, for solving such questions, what you have to do is that you have to eliminate options. You have to eliminate options. That is the only way. That is the only way, because you can't just read the passage and solve the answer. No, it is impossible. Read every statement, and then you try to eliminate options. Okay, that is the only way. Let us see this question, guys. There is a claim that organic farming is inherently safer and healthier. There is a claim that it is inherently safer and healthier. The reality is that because organic farming industry is still young and not well regulated in India, farmers and consumers alike are not only confused about the products are best for them, but sometimes use products in a way that could harm them as well. So what it's saying, that the passage is saying that the claim that organic farming is inherently safe and healthier is not completely true. For example, since organic fertilizer are difficult to obtain on a large scale, farmers used farmyard manure, which may carry toxins and heavy metals. Certain plant sprays like datura, flower and leaf spray can have elements like atropine. If not applied in the right dose, it can cause nervous systems of the consumer. Unfortunately, how much and when to use is not well researched or regulated. Which of the following have assumptions been made? Okay, you can see organic farming is inherently unsafe for the farmers. No, just opposite. You see, they are just writing the opposite. Okay, so one way to solve assumption question is what? You form the negative statement. Okay, organic farming is inherently unsafe. You remove unsafe. You check organic farming is inherently safe for both farmers and consumers, and you see this, and you see from the passage if it is contradicting in the passage or it is supporting in the passage. Are you getting this, guys? Are you getting this, guys? Is this clear? Okay, just you change the opposite. Just you change the opposite. Change the statement. Put not in the statement. Just put not in the statement and check in the passage. Check in the passage. Okay. If it is correct, then this will not be the assumption. Is this clear, guys? Are you getting it? Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay. Just put not. Organic farming is inherently not safe for farmers and consumers, and check here. Okay. Next is farmers and consumers need to be educated about eco-friendly food. Okay, is this the assumption here? No, this is also not. So both, neither one nor two, neither one nor two. Okay. Next, you can see here. Okay, let us see this question, guys. Passage 3. Okay, food consumption patterns have changed substantially in India over the past few decades. This has resulted in disappearance of many nutritious food as millets. While food grains production has increased over 5 times since independence, it has not sufficiently addressed the issue of malnutrition. For long, the agriculture sector focused on increasing food production, particularly staples, which led to lower production and consumption of indigenous traditional crops, fruits, and other vegetables, impacting food and nutritional security in the process. Further, intensive monoculture agriculture practices can perpetuate food and nutrition security problem by degrading the quality of land, water, and food derived through them. Okay, so the passage is saying that what has happened, guys, that okay, the food consumption pattern has changed in India. The food consumption pattern has changed in India. We have ignored the millets, and we have focused on staples. We have focused on staples. We have ignored fruits, vegetables, okay, millets, and that has adversely impacted the nutrition security of the country. Further, it says that intensive monoculture has degraded the land, soil, and food. Okay, this is what the passage is all about. Okay, so you can see again the assumptions to implement the sustainable development goal. Okay, so directly you can eliminate that. Why? Goes beyond the scope of the passage. Scope of passage. Okay, so one elimination trick is what? If goes against, okay, beyond the scope of the passage, eliminate that. In the passage, nowhere they are talking about sustainable development. Nowhere they are talking about sustainable development, so you can just eliminate that. Okay. Second, dependence on few crops has negative consequence for human health and ecosystem. This is correct. Okay. Next, government policies regarding food planning need to incorporate nutritional security. Okay, this is also correct. Third, you see, for the fourth statement, for the present monoculture agriculture practices, farmers receive subsidies in various, see, subsidies. Is the passage talking about subsidies? Is the passage talking about subsidies? Quickly. So scope. So guys, what are the two tricks we are learned here? One trick is what? What UPSC is using? UPSC is using what? UPSC is using scope. UPSC is using scope in framing options to confuse you. Second, what UPSC is doing? UPSC is picking one line and just writing the opposite. Just writing the opposite. In one of the options, what they are doing? They are picking one line and just they are writing the opposite of that. Where they are writing, just guys, you can see here. Okay, where they are writing just the opposite of that. Okay, they are just write the opposite. You can see here. Okay, so they are just picking one line and just writing that. Okay, so be very cautious. Assumptions will never be written. Assumptions will never be written. Exactly, it will never be written in the passage. Is this clear, guys? Okay. Is this clear, guys? Here also you see assumption is directly, never it will be directly written. Assumption means what? It will not be written. See, assumptions, what is the meaning of assumption? Not directly present. Not directly present in the passage. Okay, just keep this in mind. Okay. Next question. Let us see this question, guys. India should ensure growth of digital economy while keeping personal data of citizens secure and protected. Okay. So you go for digital economy also, but at the same time protect the privacy also. Okay, no problem. No one will innovate in surveillance oriented environment or in place where individuals' personal information is compromised. It said that there cannot be any innovation where the privacy is compromised. Second statement. Okay, no problem. The ultimate control of data must be with the individuals who generate it, and they should be enabled to use, restrict, and monetize it as they wish. Therefore, data protection laws should enable the right kind of innovation, one that is user-centric and privacy protection. Okay, so in the end, they are saying data protection law should enable the kind of innovation which protects the security, privacy, and user-centric. Okay. Based on the above passage, following assumptions have been made. Privacy, protection of privacy is not just a right, but it is also value to the economy. Yes, this is what the passage is saying. Passage is saying that privacy is not just about the rights of the citizens. It is about what? It is about economy also. Why? Because people will not innovate. If people will not innovate, then economy will not grow. Next, there is fundamental link between privacy and innovation. Yes, you can see here. No one will innovate in a surveillance-oriented environment. What? Author is assuming what? Author is assuming this or not? So how to check assumptions? How to check? You know, you just write opposite. Just write opposite. Just write opposite. There is no fundamental link between privacy and innovation, and check from the passage. And check from the passage. Is this statement true? Guys, is this statement true? There is no fundamental link between privacy and innovation. Is this statement true? No. Are you getting it? No. Therefore, this is a assumption. Is this clear, guys? Do you understand this trick, guys? Do you understand this trick? This trick is called negation trick. Negation trick. Just write no and check from the passage. Okay. So assumption will directly not be written. See, fundamental link between privacy and innovation is not written. Directly it is not written. But yes, they are saying that no one will innovate in a surveillance oriented environment. This means what? The assumption is this. This is the assumption. Okay. Is this clear, guys? Next, let us see this question, guys. Pharmaceutical patents grant protection to patentee for duration of patent term. Yes, okay, no problem. Pharmaceutical patents, they grant protection to patentee for duration. Yes. Next, you see the patentees enjoy liberty to determine the prices of medicine, which is time limited to the period of monopoly, but could be unaffordable to the public. Yes. What it's saying? It is saying that the patentee means the patent holder, they enjoy liberty. They enjoy liberty to determine the price of the medicine in the limited period till they have the monopoly. But the result is what? The medicine becomes unaffordable to the public. Okay, no problem. Let us read further. Such patent protection offered to the patentees is believed to benefit to the public over the longer term through innovation. It's saying that yes, although the prices of medicines become unaffordable, but in the longer terms, it is benefiting the public through innovations, through development, although it comes at a cost in the nature of higher prices of patented medicines. Okay, no problem. Very good. The patent regime and the price protection through a legally validated high price for medicine during the currency of patent provide the patentee with a legitimate mechanism to get return on the cost incurred in innovation research. So the passage is saying what? What is the theme of the passage? The passage is basically arguing. The passage is arguing in favor of patents. At the same time, highlighting the problem in patent, but then justifying patent for longer term benefit. Okay, this is what the passage is talking about. Okay, simple. Now let us see the assumptions. Patent protection given to the patentee puts a huge burden on public purchasing power in accessing patented medicine. Is this the assumption? Yes. Yes, it is the assumption, guys. Clearly you can see here it is saying that, okay, it is saying that it becomes unaffordable to the public. This means what? It is putting huge burden to the public. It is putting huge burden to the public to access this patented medicine. Okay, you can see here, okay, that the prices will increase. It comes at a cost of higher patented price. Okay. Next, dependence on other countries for pharmaceutical products is a huge burden for developing countries and poor countries. This is what? Scope. Scope. Is the passage about purchasing medicine from outside, importing medicines, exporting medicines? No, the passage is not about that. The passage is not about that. It is not about dependence of countries in outside country. It is about patent. That's it. So it goes again beyond the scope. Next, you see, providing medicine to the public at affordable prices is a key goal during public health policy design in many countries. Okay. Fourth, you see, government needs to find an appropriate balance between rights of patentees and the requirement of patient. Yes, that is what the passage is talking about. That is what the passage is talking about. Passage is talking about what? That on one hand, you need patents. On one hand, you need the patents. On the other hand, you need also, you have to take care of the patients. Okay, they have to take care of the patients. So the answer will be what? The answer will be what, guys? B will be the answer. B will be the answer. Okay, guys, B will be the answer. Okay, is this clear, guys? Is this clear? Okay, so directly if you see here, okay, if you remove, if you get one, okay, so directly by statement 2 you can get the answer, but you can check these two statements also and you can get the answer. Is this clear, guys? Okay, so elimination, I'm telling you, elimination really works here. Okay, elimination really works here. Okay, now let us see another question, guys. Okay, you can let us read this question. In some places in the world, productivity of staples such as rice and wheat have reached a plateau. Okay, neither new strains nor fancy agrochemicals are raising the yields. Okay, nor is there much unfarmed land left in suitable to be brought under the plow. It's saying that the productivity of rice and wheat have reached a plateau, nor new strains nor agrochemical are succeeding to raise the yield, neither any land is left. If global temperature continues to rise, the some place will become unsuitable for farming. Okay, application of technology can help overcome these problems. Okay, so first they are talking about the problem of yield plateau, problem of land becoming unsuitable for farming, and it's saying that technology can solve that problem. No problem till here, no problem. Agriculture technology is changing fast. Much of this is brought about by affluent farmers in the West. Agriculture technology is changing fast and much of this technology is brought about by rich farmers of the West. Techniques developed in the West are adapted in some places to make tropical crops more productive. So the techniques of the West, they are used in tropical regions, some places only. Technology is of little use if it is not adapted. It says that the technology is of no use if you are not adopting it. Okay, no problem. It is the developing country that applies as much as existing farming techniques as it does to the latest advances in genetic modifications. Extending to the small holders and subsistence farmers of Africa and Asia, the best of today's agriculture practices is much simple matter, as much fertilizers to apply and when would lead to greatly increased availability of food for humanity. So would things like better roads and storage facilities to allow for the carriage of surplus to the market and reduce food wastage. Let us see this, guys. Based on the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Development of agriculture technology is confined to developed countries. No, it is an extreme statement. It is not saying that. It is saying much of the technology. Much. You see here. Much, which is a moderate term, is changed into what? Extreme term. That is what I am trying to tell. Guys, are you getting this point? Guys, are you getting this point? Okay. Then you see agriculture is not adopted in developing countries. Again, you see some is adopted. Some are adopting. You see here. Okay. Some places, you see some places, and it's saying not. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. UPSC is framing the question like this. Once you learn this, then it is very easy for you. Once you learn this is very easy. So what they are doing, they are picking general statements and they are making it extreme. Are you getting this, guys? Guys, are you able to follow this? Because see, the passages will change, but the way they are framing the question, they will remain the same. They are going to remain the same. Next, you see, based on the above passage, following assumptions have been made. Poor country needs to bring about change in their existing technique of farming. Yes, this completely written here. That is the assumption. Next, developed countries have better infrastructure and they waste less food. This is not written. Okay, it is just said that, okay, it is just said that Asian African countries, they need to improve their this thing. Okay, so one only. Next, based on the above passage, consider the following assumptions. Growing enough food for future will be a challenge. Yes, you see, this is what the passage is talking about. The yield is plateauing. Land is becoming unusable. So first statement is correct. Second, corporate farming is viable option for food security in poor countries. Scope, again, scope beyond the scope, goes beyond the scope. The passage is about what? Corporate farming or technology farming? The passage is about corporate farming or technology. So always think, what is the main idea? So assumption will be related to the main idea only. It cannot go beyond the scope of the passage. It cannot go beyond the scope of the passage. Let us see this, guys. Let us see this. Very interesting. Okay, very easy, very interesting. So you have to solve this and you have to give me the answer with logic. With logic. Okay. So let us, your time starts now. You are given 2 minutes. You are given 2 minutes. Time starts now. Okay, most of you are giving right answers. You see here. Okay, if you see the options, you can see here they are using only and here they are using all. Okay, so these two statements can be wrong because these are extreme statements. Okay. Next, you see more than 90% of the species on the earth are in danger of getting extinct due to drastic changes in environment. And you see what the passage saying. The passage saying the earth may presently have up to 10 millions of species, yet more than 90 species that have ever lived on the planet are now extinct. So it is talking about the 90% which has already extinct. And it is talking about future. Same fact, they are just changing, playing it. Again, I'm repeating, guys. Again, I'm repeating. Okay, generally when they directly, okay, they write the same thing with small changes, those will be incorrect. So 2 is incorrect, 2 is incorrect, 1 and 3. So guys, the answer is what? 1 only, because here it's a very extreme statement. Darwin theory explains all natural phenomenon. This is not possible. This is not possible. And you see in the passage they have said, in the beginning of the passage only they have said that we can see natural selections cannot anticipate the future environment of the earth. Therefore, set of existing organisms can never be fully prepared for environmental catastrophe that await life. An outcome of this is the extinction of those species which cannot overcome environmental adversity. You see, directly it is written here that the outcome of this is that species which will not overcome the adversity will get extinct. Okay. So statement 1 is correct. Okay. So this is how you have to solve. Okay. This is how you have to solve. Okay. I will in the end I will sum up. I'll give you the ideas in the end. Okay. After this is the last question which we have. You can see yes, to encourage research is one of the functions of university. Okay. Contemporary universities have encouraged research not only in cases where research is necessary, but on all sorts of entirely unprofitable subjects as well. Scientific research is probably never completely valueless. You see, scientific research is probably never completely valueless. This is a very important statement. However silly and insignificant it may seem, however mechanical and unintelligent the labor of the researchers, there is always a chance that the result may be of value. It's saying that how much silly it will look, but any kind of research is of some value, Okay, and you see this question, the author's assumption about scientific research is that it is never very valuable. This is incorrect. It is sometimes very valuable. It is also not correct. It is never without some value. This is correct. It is always very valuable. This is also incorrect. So option C is the answer. Okay. Is this clear, guys? Okay. So what is the final learning we have got? What is the final learning we have got? Final learning what we have got is that what UPSC is doing is, one thing what UPSC is doing is, UPSC is increasing the scope first. Second, they are writing the opposite of exact statement, in the passage. Remove that. Third, extreme statements. Be careful. Next, what was the next? Okay, change the question, put not and check in the passage. These are the 4 tips which can help you. Guys, was it useful, guys? Quick session, was it useful? Guys, please go through all the sessions. Okay, I hope it was useful, guys. Scope is the most important thing which I have observed. In every passage, they are changing the scope. So be very careful of the scope of the passage. Always while reading the passage, think about what is the main idea. Okay, then only you will be able to remove the scope question or statements. Okay. Second is, guys, opposite of the exact statement. You see, everywhere they are writing the exact statement and they are changing it. You see, they are writing the exact statement and they are changing it. Okay, you see, every question the same thing they have done. Exact statement, large trees, and they are changing it, cannot grow. Next, you see again exact statement they are writing. Okay, entry of market. Next, inherently safer. Again, exact statement, they are just changing it by not. Okay, next you see. So they are writing, whenever they are writing the exact statement, you have to just eliminate that. Okay, exact statements.